Hey, everybody, it's your girl off the dock B. She's in the building. And guess what? We have a special treat for you tonight. Now, listen up, listen up, listen up. It is about to be real good. Bring It to the Table is a safe space. It is a safe space where you can come and share anything that you have overcome, conquered, survived, and is now living beyond your dreams. Yep, this show derived from my book, The Three C's. Please go to www.authordocb.com to be able to get your copy. Please click like and share. And please, we accept all comments. We are a very engaging show. No man left behind. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about tonight. It's this lady. Y'all know I just moved to Atlanta. My audience knows me very well. And let me see them hearts because y'all know we like those hearts now. We love the hearts and we love the accolades and all that stuff because, we came far on this planet. Now, make sure you invite a friend too because for the next, I think we have 4 more weeks left to discuss surviving addiction. That's our topic tonight. Everybody know I'm in recovery. I ain't got no problem with saying that. No, I can't tell you the anonymous place that I attend, that I go to get my recovery, but yeah, I go to 12-step meetings and that helped me stay clean. And guess what? I met somebody. She bad, y'all. This woman has been clean for a long time, helped a lot of people. And without further ado, I'm going to bring her on. Her name is Maria. Oh, I love saying that. Maria Sorro. I know I said that right because I've been practicing, okay? She's going to tell you everything. I got my list of questions right here ready for her. I'm going to do some interviewing. We're going to get in some engaging. Bring it to the table. That's what she is about to do. And guess what? I'm going to say this one part. I called her up. I sent her the links. I sent the text and everything. She says, "Oh my God, I'm away. I'm on vacation." This is how dedicated she is. She didn't care. She said, "But I will be there. It's virtual. I will be there." You see the balloon floating in the back because we just celebrated last week 18 years. Woo! We just celebrated, and I don't want to make it about me because it's about her. But I had to tell you the significance of my True to the Blue, base text blue. I love that blue. Okay, so without further ado, we are going to bring her on. I got my questions ready. Please get your questions ready. If you are on Facebook, you're on Twitter, you are on Indeed, you are on two separate The Call to Philly page, you are on the Three C's page. She's all over. This is international streaming. So sit back and relax because it's about to go down. I'm almost sure we'll get close to that hour because this lady got some skills and some recovery that she's going to drop on us today. And I got my questions ready, so please get yours ready. Without further ado, let's bring on Maria Soto. Sorrow. Sorrow.
Sorry.
Hi, Maria.
Hey,
Look at you all tanned up in the Floridas. How are you?
I'm good, fabulous, blessed, grateful
I
to be
know
here.
that's right. Well, let's thank the audience. We got Sabrina there. Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you, Angela. Oh my God, you got them all lined up. I see it. I know them, your people. They in there. And they're saying, "We're here, we're supporting you." And they're saying, "Kill it, G Mom," and all this stuff. I love all of that. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Sonia. Hello, everybody. Hi, overseas. I see you all. Canada. Nancy is here. Hi, Nancy. She never
Uh,
misses. Hi, Nancy. There's quite a few people. I can't say hi to everybody, but they do know that I'm so thankful for the show. It's been going on for 2 years strong, and throughout COVID, this show was created. So I want to ask you, how are you?
oh, I'm fabulous. Like I said, I'm blessed and grateful to be here. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm excited.
Yes. Well, when I met you and I heard your story, a couple of times I was in a place where we go and I heard you speak. So I'm like, okay, she is definitely someone who is fire, who needs to
Mhm.
tell the community, because this really is about healing communities from addiction,
Yeah.
mental
Yeah.
health, and you have survived it. I mean, you're on the other side, correct?
Absolutely on the other side.
I'm going to start my questions.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna, and I know my audience, they nosy. Let me tell you, they ask a lot of stuff. Okay, they
That's
getting ready.
okay. I'm an open book today. So
Mhm. Okay.
grateful to be able to share my experience, strength, and hope.
Hi, Avis. Thank you for joining. Hi, Loretta. Thank you for joining. Hi, Trudy. Thank you for joining. Hi, Stacy. Thank you for joining. Oh, Angela. Oh my God, you just brought them all in. Somebody say, "Hey, Mama." Real raw and uncut. That's right, Nancy. It's about to go down because we don't have to cut out nothing. We can just get jiggy with it. Hi, Dawn. Thank you for joining. I see you over there in Facebook land. Hi, y'all. Thank you all. Oh, I just got such a loyal audience. Tomorrow morning, when you get up, you'll have about 1,000 and something views over here, 600 over here,
Oh,
and
wow.
it just fuels me to keep going and give out the information. Because that's what this is about: information, helping communities and families heal from substance use disorders, mental health, or whatever it is that they need to get through and to the other side. So,
Mhm.
where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. Yeah,
Wow.
born. I was actually born in Northern California, but I was raised in South Central Los Angeles.
Oh my gosh, that is
Mm,
far away from Atlanta, Georgia. Hi,
yes,
Erwin.
yes.
Wait a minute. I have to say hi to Erwin. Hi, Erwin. Oh my God, that's my old boss. He
Oh, wow.
employed me
Yeah.
and gave me a chance at his job. Stop and
Wow.
Surrender. I'm just going to give him a shout out. Stop and
That's
Surrender,
okay.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
That's
Erwin
amazing.
Warfield is on my show right now. Like, this is blowing me away. Like, I'm overwhelmed right now that I saw him pop on. That's
Nice.
amazing. So thank you for giving me the opportunity, sir. Thank you. Give him his flowers while he's here right now, right?
That's
So
right.
now,
That's right.
Maria, that's a long way from Atlanta. How did you end up
Yes.
in Atlanta?
Well, actually, I actually came. I'm new also to Atlanta. I've only been here for a few years. I ended up on this side of the country by way of a job. I was doing some consulting work, and so I was brought to New York, the Brooklyn, New York area, and on actually a temporary project, and it had to be God's plan because by coming to the East Coast, that is actually where I got clean. I got clean in New Jersey.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, so I kind of made a little, a few geographics. I ended up
Okay.
in Brooklyn for this project, but and then they offered me the job permanently. So I decided to stay up there, but I couldn't afford Brooklyn. So I went across the Hudson, as a lot of people do, and
Yes.
moved to Jersey City, actually. And that's actually where I got clean. Um, then,
Wow.
then because I'm a sunny Southern California girl,
Uh-huh.
I could only
Too
take that
much
snow.
snow. Too much
Right.
snow.
Too much snow. So, after I got clean after a couple years, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I get to do this snow no more. And I actually was going to go home to California, but my daughter had followed me and then had my grandchildren, and she was living in New York. And she didn't want me to go all the way to the other side of the country. And
Okay.
she actually found Florida for me. And so
Okay.
I moved to Florida. And found a fellowship here and a great network of people in Florida. However,
Mhm.
I went from one extreme to the next.
Okay.
It's
We'll
too
get into
hot.
that. Yeah,
Right.
we'll get
Too
into
hot.
that. We'll get into
Yeah.
that because I'm gonna we talk about the horrors of addiction. That's how we educate the people. We tell our stories. And some of
Mhm.
those questions are on my list here. And so now that you told us where you are from and how your addiction, I'm gonna call it the disease,
Mhm.
had you everywhere. You know, um, that's the stuff that we
Mhm.
study says that that's very possible, right? When
Absolutely.
we're living with actively in addiction. And so,
Mhm.
how bad was it for you when you were growing up? Did you grow up with anyone in a household that was a role model?
Well, actually, to be honest with you, I came from a pretty dysfunctional family. My father was an alcoholic. However, my mother worked 3 jobs. So, there was a lot of dysfunction going on in my
Mhm.
family. I had role models outside my home, people
Okay.
that I may, that I looked up to, and some good and some not so good, you know.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
I had some that, I had a role model that was a boss in the life, and
Mhm.
and I wanted
Mhm.
to be her. She was a big
Mhm.
drug
Mhm.
pen, kingpin, queen,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
And I wanted to be her.
Mhm.
I that fast lifestyle always enticed me as
Mhm.
young, which really, to be honest with you, my addiction started with a lifestyle, and I was actually more
Ah.
addicted to a lifestyle which included
Ah.
drugs, which included drugs. But that starts out glamour, glitter. For me, it was the bling bling.
Yeah.
Because in my era, when I started out, cocaine, which was my drug of choice, was
Mhm.
actually the rich man's high. So if you were balling and doing, all these, quote unquote,
Mhm.
player big life things, then you were
Mhm.
around this elite type of drug that was the
Mhm.
fancy drug back then, you
Okay.
know. And like I said, but that lifestyle led me, through over a course of 15 years to 5 different state penitentiary
Wow.
incarcerations.
So you went to jail.
Oh, many times. Yes.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Many.
And so when you were in jail, did you use substances? Did you find substances in
No.
jail?
Oh, believe me, they were there, but my thing was selling them.
Okay.
There wasn't enough drugs in prison for me to use.
Mhm. But
So
let me
I
tell you
didn't.
this.
Mhm,
That's really good that you shared that with the audience. I'm so
mhm.
glad that you did because a lot of drug dealers don't think that they are addicts.
Oh God, please.
Ooh, a lot of drug dealers. When
Mhm,
I actually know drug dealers that got up, bagged it up, made the connect, got to the corner
mhm,
before the addict that was using the substance even made it
mhm.
to the corner. So
Right.
who's worse, the seller or it's all the
Mm.
same. And then
All
when I went,
it's all the same.
because when I went to school, I
Mhm.
really found out then that, oh, it's about the brain.
That's right. It's an
Oh,
addiction.
that's what it's about.
Right. Because addiction is the disease. So, like I said, I was addicted to a lifestyle,
Mhm,
which included anything that consisted of hustling and making
mhm,
money, fast money. That's what
mhm,
enticed me, so drugs was just a symptom,
mhm,
that fell into place with that. But,
mhm.
really I wasn't this quote unquote successful drug dealer. I just didn't
Ah,
use drugs in prison, so I was
okay,
able to sell them and
okay,
survive, because that was the way
okay,
I was able to survive in prison and take care of myself.
okay,
Right. But on the
okay.
streets, I would have never tried to do that because I would have been my best customer.
Okay, I got you. Wow. So
Yeah.
you were that's so interesting how you were able to not consume substances
Right.
in prison and
Mhm.
were on your game, like your A game. That's what we say
Yes.
on the street. You was on your A game in
Right.
prison. You was watching your back. You was doing your
Yeah.
thing
Right.
while incarcerated.
Correct.
And then the mind, once you hit the street from there, went back to I ain't in there no more. I'm a little more safer out here because I know this the streets, I know this game, then I could do my norm, which
Exactly.
was used. That's
Exactly. Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and even when my last incarceration, when I got out, I knew I couldn't go back because I would have been facing 25 to life for habitual criminal. And I had a daughter in the midst of all this that, obviously needed me. But even though I came home, I squared up, I got the square job and everything, but there was a void. I didn't know I was an addict. I didn't know
Oh,
that I was an addict. And so there was a void. And so even though I had this wonderful, quote unquote, I got the wonderful job and I was working and I was advancing in my career, there was something missing. And the
well, so
disease was
when you say you were advancing in your career, Did
Mhm.
you go to that one? This is one of my questions on my paper as well. Did you go to college when you got clean?
No, no, no,
Wow. So
no.
when
I
is your clean date? Tell the audience when is your clean date.
April 28th, 2013.
Wow.
Yeah,
You've
so
been
I just
doing it.
celebrated 10 years this year.
Yay. And I think I told you that I'm from born and raised in Newark, New Jersey.
Yes, yes, you did tell
And
me.
my
Yeah,
husband's from Harlem.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that I took to your spirit right away.
Yes, yes.
All
So,
right. And so you didn't go to college, but you continue to advance in your career.
yeah,
Can you
yeah.
tell
By
the
the grace of
audience how
God,
that was?
absolutely. By the grace of God, God blessed me with a job that trained me on the job. And, after I had a successful career before getting in the life of crime, but drugs got into play, the lifestyle, and
Okay.
and so it wasn't, like I just grew up and got straight into this life. No, that wasn't it. It's just that I was attracted to that fast life and those
Yes.
right and those people. So I thought the grass was greener on the other side. So I ditched the square job and got with that life for 15 years. Anyway,
Okay.
in my last when I got out, I prayed that sincere prayer. The sincere prayer that we
Yes.
talk about when we come to the room,
Yes.
right? Well,
Yes.
I'd had to do that to get out of prison. I prayed for God to let me out on my first parole hearing and to lead me to a job and I'd get the job and I'd work for the rest of my life, right? And that happened for me. And so I came back, I came home. I got a job as a receptionist. I started learning, because it'd been 15 years since I'd been in
Mhm.
type of office setting. I had to learn everything. And then I just went from that to another job and just put 2 feet in and just started learning everything. And I
So
advanced.
the last time you came, so total of incarceration was how long altogether?
Oh God. Okay. Well, I had different sentences. So, but
Okay. Well,
my
put it all
first
together. Tell the audience, put it all together, add it up, do the
at
numbers.
least 10 to 15 years. It, it,
Okay.
it was it was over a course of 15 years that I did like a bid for 4, then another bid for 4, then another bid for 5, and then
Okay.
my last bid was 5 and 4, which would have been 9, but I did 5 on it. So but this ran over a course of 15 years.
You was bad, Maria.
Well, I don't know about all that.
We
I
like
don't know
that.
about all that, but I'm definitely listen, I'm a survivor and I'm grateful. And that was only by the
Mhm.
grace of, my higher power, which I choose to call God. And anyway, so I said that sincere prayer. I got that job. And then, like I told you, I didn't know I was an addict. The disease was attacking me. And then I remembered that wonderful thing that I liked that made me feel good, cocaine. And I
Come
got
on.
right back into that. Yeah. But by
Mm.
the time I'd come home, this was 1997, and now it's crack, and you
Yeah.
can't find the fly stuff anymore. The
Yeah.
crack is the low, and I don't want nobody to know, right?
Oh,
Yeah. So
tell
I
the
kept that,
story.
and keeping that undercover only kept me out there longer. I isolated,
So
and
at that time, did you have any children?
yeah,
Were there anybody in your life, in your
absolutely,
family? Okay,
yeah,
that you were
yeah,
hurting
absolutely.
them.
Oh yeah, I have a daughter. Right now, she's 38. At the time that I came home, she was 14. Um, and then I have a family. So I have a sister that we both were in the lifestyle. We both used drugs, but she was able to put the drug down. But she always knew that I was using, and she shouted to the rooftop. Anybody
Mm,
listen, right?
mhm.
Because she wanted me to stop. And then I would lie to her until I wasn't using, right?
Yeah.
And she'd tell my mother. And then, anyway, so in my family, even though I didn't know it, everybody knew. But I didn't think nobody knew, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, we're always the one that's that
Right.
denial one, that
Right.
denial thing. Yeah.
Exactly. And then,
Mhm.
some of my family said, well, my nickname is Jazzy, by the way. And
Okay.
so they'd be like, oh, Jazz,
Well, I can see that. I can see them giving you that name because every time I see you dressed to the dimes.
well, my middle name is Jasmine. So it's actually short for that. It's just,
Oh, okay. But you jazzy.
right.
Every time I see you,
Oh,
you
thank
dress
you.
your
I
pocketbook
appreciate that.
match, everything match. Let me just say something to the audience real quick because people are in the audience and the chat is going crazy. And you are talking and they are chatting. You got people in there saying, won't he do it? But for the grace of God, you got people in there saying, that's because you are a beast, Ma, and your tribe is inspired by you always, and you teach us daily. That is the most beautiful thing I have ever had anyone compliment on my show. Thank you for that, Angela. That was just amazing.
Oh, that's
Loretta
sweet.
is in there saying that it's cunning, baffling. Stacy is saying stuff. Loretta is saying, Stacy saying we do recover. Loretta
Yeah.
is giving it up. Mr. Warfield himself is even saying, wow, this is a great job. Dorsey stepped in. She's saying, yes, come on. You got people in here saying the drugs don't get you, the lifestyle will. Oh my
Woo.
God. This is just
Wow.
an amazing moment tonight. This is incredible. You heard it, folks, right here on Bring It to the Table. You got Nancy Sherman. She's up here saying it's going to be
That's
real
my
and uncut.
sister.
You absolutely got Miss Sorrow on here, dropping it like it's hot. She's giving bits and Kimbles and bits of her active drug use recover. And we're going to lead into the recovery piece because
Yeah.
you can't get to recovery had you not gone through active drug use. But not only did she tell us that and how she grew up and where she grew up, she dropped the bomb on the criminal justice system and she threw that in there.
Mhm.
And I really appreciate her get that vulnerability and transparency right here on live. She gave us that live. That is simply amazing. Now, can you tell the audience we're going to move forward? Is that okay, Miss
Oh,
Sorrow?
absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
can you tell the audience your substance of choice?
Cocaine. It was
Oh,
cocaine, which it started out as the powder, like I said, with the powder, and then ended up
uh-huh.
being, uh, that that beast crack.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mhm.
And so it started off something else, but did you ever get to heroin and hard substances and stuff? Jump
No,
on.
I was a very curious teenager. I tried some of anything, because like I said, this disease I had ever since I was a child. My
Mm-hmm.
first my first addiction was fantasy, so, and then
Oh,
moving
like, can
on.
you talk more about that? Can you talk
Oh,
more about
sure,
that?
absolutely. As a child, I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. Being multiracial. I was never accepted in one area. And I grew up in a predominantly Black and Hispanic neighborhood, and I was never
Mm-hmm.
any of those things. And so,
Mm-hmm.
therefore, I wanted to be you, and I wanted your hair, and I wanted your family, and I wanted, your life. I didn't like my house. I wanted your house, so I learned to fantasize a lot. And,
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in the era of, I dream of genie. So I just wanted to myself away, twitch my nose,
Wow.
twitch, and just
Yeah.
right. And
Wow.
so, and then I learned to
Partridge Family. That's what I
yeah,
wanted. I always wanted
right.
like the Partridge Family. They had the
Oh,
bus and
yes.
the mom and the dad and the bus and the cars and the
Yes.
Brady Bunch and stuff.
All
I
that.
wanted that too.
Yeah.
Wow, look at you.
All
That's
that. All
amazing.
that.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, these people
Never,
in here.
never comfortable with who I was.
The
Never.
chat is blowing up. I'm telling you, it's just going crazy. Now we got somebody that came in. Candina Dalton came in, Avis came in, Rhonda came in. Thank you all for joining. They're saying stuff, speak your truth, and you just
Mhm.
talking right and all that kind of stuff. Like that's just incredible. Fantasy as an addiction. Did
Yeah.
you all hear that right here on Bring It to the Table with your host, Author Doc B, and her special guest tonight, Maria Sorro? She said fantasy was her first drug of choice,
Yeah.
not the substance she eventually. So it's true if you say that your experience speaks to the clinical world where it says that it is the behavior, thoughts, and
Oh,
feelings in the
absolutely.
brain, the mindset. Therefore, it solidifies addiction being a brain disorder over a choice.
Absolutely.
Oh, girl, go
Absolutely.
ahead. You
Absolutely.
rock it.
And then like I told you after that, even so I brought that up to say that. So I experimented because all this stuff that was going on in my household, obviously I wanted to, get rid of that. So anything that would make me feel good. My father and my mother worked at nightclubs and they would have parties and we would have to clean up, right?
Mhm,
And I
mhm.
remember drinking the drinks and how that when I was young, like like 7,
Uh-huh.
drinking the drinks and how it made me feel good. And
Mhm.
so in middle school, I would, go get the, in my neighborhood, you could get the, the winos at the liquor store to go in and buy liquor for you.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
would listen,
Yeah.
I would get my bottle of Brass Monkey. Listen, in the 7th grade, and walk to school with a
Mm.
bottle of Brass Monkey and a joint. So, and
Come on.
that's pretty much how I spent from the 8th grade on to my senior year in high school.
Wow. Thank you so
And,
much.
I tried, pills and other things like that. But the reason I never tried heroin is because I had an uncle who OD'd from heroin. So I always equated that.
Oh,
If I
yeah.
used heroin, I would die. So I
Yeah.
really never thought I was killing myself. Even when I was
Yeah.
taking drugs, I didn't think so. I
Mhm.
really didn't think I was killing myself. I
Mhm.
thought I was, to be honest with you, I thought I was partying. I thought I was like Whitney, because I still was
Yeah.
by the grace of God able to keep stuff. And
Ain't that
so,
something? And that's why I
yeah.
always tell, because I'm a therapist. I got a doctorate degree
Mhm.
and I went to school. I'm a doctorate level therapist and stuff like that. And I always tell people, if you have not hit what we call a bottom and you still got stuff, I don't care if it's a little bit of stuff. I
Mhm.
don't care if it's the apartment. I'm going to hold on to my apartment. Well, go ahead. Did you just use in that apartment? Well, guess what's getting ready to happen when you go back to that apartment? Did you use in that car? Well, guess what's getting ready? I need my car. I got to get to work. What job? You ain't got one right now.
Yeah.
Sell the car, get rid of everything, allow someone who been there and allow the treatment team and the clinical team to help you get to where you belong. I'm not saying, yeah, I'm not selling my car. I'm not getting rid of my apartment. I got
Right.
nowhere to go. Well, guess what? You still ain't gonna have nowhere to go.
Right.
Even when you get out there, eventually you're gonna lose it. So I'm really
Yeah.
appreciating you sharing that with us. Oh boy, this is so good, girl. Somebody said, Bon, oh, DM just came in. Oh my God, it's getting hot in the chat. I can't keep up with them. I'm sorry, Maria.
It's okay.
It's just going like this over
Wow.
here. This one going
I
like
can't see
that.
it.
I know, and it's so hard to keep up with all this stuff. I think it's time for a co-host or an assistant or something because this stuff it can really get overwhelming. Like you looking at all these screens and stuff just going, going, going. But somebody said the bottom always has a trap door.
Mm.
See, now why you had to come on here, Mr. DM or Miss DM, whoever you are with that stuff right there. And then it says everything must go if we pick up substances. 100. That's what somebody said. Then they said, I started using, somebody sharing with us that they started using that would be, I don't want to say their names without their permission, but you have to give me your permission. I started using at 11. That person said, and then they said, uh, Mary Jane. What's Mary Jane?
Marijuana.
That's what they call it.
Remember Rick James? Mary
Oh,
Jane.
it's Donnell. Hey, Donnell, Mary Jane. Oh, yeah, Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Okay, they threw me through a loop for a minute. Okay, they threw me through a loop, and okay, so she did say I can say her name. It's Sabrina. Sabrina sharing with
Oh
us,
yeah.
audience, that her story, and she said she started at the age of 11, and it
Wow.
just progressed from there.
Absolutely.
So Sabrina had the marijuana being the gateway for
Hmm.
her.
Hmm.
And a lot of people don't believe in that either. So thank you so much, Sabrina, for sharing that on Bring It to the Table today. You heard it. We got people on here tonight, everyone that's saying marijuana is a gateway drug. They had their
Absolutely.
personal experiences. Very good. Girls, say all our names. We are family. Ooh, girl, I can't. She's saying, give it up. Just give it all up. Give it up. No, because then later on, y'all come back and y'all be wanting to sue me and stuff. I gotta have my insurance in place and
All
all that.
right, girl.
They do. They be doing that. I'm telling you, I get so much stuff. I have
We
to
gotta be
ask first.
careful. We gotta be careful.
But because we are on recording and everything, I ask first. They say, yes, I do it. That's just
Right.
the way it is.
That's
If
right.
I start saying, they can type it. That's their stuff. You can read it. That's their stuff. But if it verbally comes out of my mouth, I'm the host. I ain't going there. But
Right.
anyway, thank you all for joining. Oh, my cousin Calvin just got on. Thank you for joining, Calvin. I really appreciate you coming. I watched yours earlier. Sabrina cracking up. She was like, not us. We ain't going to sue you,
Hey,
sis. Go ahead
Sabrina.
and say our name. Okay. Sabrina, Angela, Candy, all y'all.
Angela, Sandy. Those are my babies.
DM, Loretta, all of them is here. They said, say all our names. We don't care. All right, that's good. Trudy is here. Hi, Trudy. Thank you for
That's
joining.
my
Addiction
sponsor.
is addiction. Oh, I love that, Trudy. Trudy says, addiction is addiction as addiction is addiction. Go ahead,
That's
girl.
right.
Y'all.
That's
You
right.
put the mob out with you, girl. They dropping bombs. I really appreciate you all for coming. Thank you so much for your support. We have some more to go in our questionings, but please click like and share. Please leave a comment. We love the comments. Please click hearts. Let's get the message out that addiction is still real. Fentanyl is running the world right now.
Oh
It
my
is going to
God.
reach your
Mm.
doorstep at some point. I just went to one of my cousins to a live now. I encouraged him to do it. He took it, my advice, and he's doing it now. So thank you for joining now, cousin. I know you
Mm.
just got off your live. Now you're on with me on my live. I really appreciate work, sis, work. That's what they telling us. Do the work. That's Diane. Yeah, Diane. Thank you. Yes, we are doing the work.
Mhm.
Trudy says we run deep around here. Okay, Trudy. All right.
Yes,
Well, I'm in
yes,
Maria's
that's my
pocket because she's
tribe.
out here with me in Atlanta. So I'll call her up and I'm gonna hang out with her and stay clean. Okay.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to do. So, Maria, so now that you are in recovery, let's switch
Mhm.
gears.
Yeah.
Let's talk about life in recovery.
Woo.
What is it that when did you really know that you were living a life of recovery? Like when did the reality of, oh my God, I'm really clean, like when did that happen? Do you recall?
Yeah. You know what? The first 6 months, it was all about getting in the middle of this thing. Like I jumped in. Um, the first 30 days, my mother passed away and unexpectedly. Yeah, unexpectedly. And I didn't use, I didn't use.
Praise God. I'm sorry to
Praise
hear that.
God, praise
I'm
God, praise
sorry to
God.
hear that, but I'm
Yeah,
happy
but
that
you know
you did.
what? But it's okay because she got to see me clean, and she knew
Yeah.
she knew that I was gonna stay clean. I didn't know that, but she knew, and I know that
Mm.
that's why she felt like she could finally go. But in any event, so I got right in the middle of this thing because I didn't want to use, man. I didn't want to use. I didn't want to give up my time. I
Mhm.
realized I was an addict. I realized I really had a problem, and I didn't want to use because my daughter, when I came to the rooms, I came because she had busted me getting high and told me she was going to take herself and my
Mm.
grandchildren out of my life forever if I didn't do something about the problem she said I had. Remember,
Mhm.
I didn't think I had a problem.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I got to the rooms and realized after hearing everybody else's story that, oh
Wasn't
boy,
it amazing?
oh, it was so amazing because then I realized,
Ah,
oh my God, I think I might belong here. And I definitely know I want what they got because I heard some hope. I heard some strength. I heard some experience, and I saw a
yes.
glow that I hadn't seen in a long time. And her
Weren't
mom
they happy, smiling and
happy.
stuff?
What?
They was
Love, that
driving nice
love.
cars.
And the material things is one thing, but it was the other. See, I still had stuff. So that wasn't really what the
Oh
attraction
yeah, you
was.
did. I did,
It
and I
was,
lost
I
everything.
came in with a gray heart, like I was spiritually bankrupt.
Ooh, tell the
So,
story.
so for me, it was what attracted me was, I got there, I was a little early. So everybody's coming in and they hugging each other. The love. And then the people were hugging me because they knew I was new, and the happiness, the glow, and God works through people, at least my God does. And my
Mhm.
God worked through those people to make me see that there was something there that I wanted, and
Mhm.
when I left that meeting, I prayed again that sincere prayer. And
Mhm.
I asked God, I said, God, you just get me through tonight. And I
Mhm.
promise you, I'll come back tomorrow. And I kept coming, and so, probably about 6 months in, and really being a part of, jumping in, getting in service, listen, Jersey City, let me tell you about Jersey
I
City.
already know.
Jersey City will love you
Ooh,
up. Right.
way.
Yes. And so, I didn't know,
And
and
it's
I
a little
wasn't.
small. It's small. It's not big.
No, but let me tell
It's
you,
not
but
big.
but the love is so big. The love is so big. I mean, I didn't know anyone there. I wasn't from Jersey City. I didn't even buy my drugs there. I went all the way across the bridge to Brooklyn. So, so for them to love me up and make me feel a part of, I think right around 6 months, I was really deep in service. I started doing H&I. And here's when it hit me. H&I, by the way, for those who don't know, is where you go into institutions and bring a message and bring a Narcotics Anonymous, meaning like treatment centers. And the hit is this. I was at a store one day and a girl come up to me and said, "Hey, Maria, remember me? You came into the blah, blah, blah treatment center, da, da, da,
Oh.
da, da, and I'm home now and I'm clean. And I just want to thank you so much." That part.
Mm,
Like
mm, mm,
that to
mm.
me was
That
like,
did it. That
whoa,
did it.
like I did that, like I put that, like like I
Yeah.
touched you like that, like
Yeah.
wow,
That's
that
like this clarity moment. Like, okay,
clarity.
I got to keep doing
I'm
this.
really doing this. Like
I
I'm doing this
got to
and I'm
keep going.
helping others. It isn't
Yeah.
so much that, because they say we get clean for us, but it's really we get clean so that we can help the newcomer, you
Thank you
know?
very much. Let's stop right there. Thank you all for
Okay.
joining. I really do appreciate it. If you just tuned in, oh my God, you have been missing it for a half an hour. We have our friend, Maria Sorro, dropping it like it's hot from Atlanta, Georgia. I met her and brought her right in. I could not wait. She has been telling her story from childhood all the way up to when she realized she was in recovery. She's dropped bombs. She dropped
Mhm.
jewels. Okay. One of the things that she said that I really want to make reference of is that number one, she realized she was helping other people. 90 days, 60 days. She jumped right into service, is what she just told the audience. Did she not? Go back, watch the tape. You'll see it again. She said, I got busy immediately. And then she realized once she saw someone that said that they helped her, that she really was living a life of recovery. There it is, folks. You
Mhm.
heard it right now, right here on Bring It to the Table with your girl, Author Doc, be your host, and her special guest tonight, Maria Sorrow. Very good. I really like that part. Ooh, that was so good, girl. That was good. And so it's true when they say service keeps you clean. So it
Oh,
takes you out
absolutely.
of your own self, thinking about
Absolutely.
helping and doing for others.
Absolutely. And
One
I
of
have
the
to
things,
mention,
mm-hmm,
that I wouldn't have known anything about this, it was the people in the rooms that led me and told me, said, "Hey,
mm-hmm,
go with her. Hey, so and so, call her, take her to the orientation so she can
mm-hmm.
start doing H&I." Like I didn't know what that was, and then sponsorship. I got a
Yes.
sponsor
Mhm,
who
mhm,
taught me, things.
mhm,
Somebody who, when I couldn't raise my hand and share, that I could
mhm,
share it with them.
uh-huh,
Somebody who took me through
mhm.
the steps, because I'm a firm believer that this program does work, but you got to
Very
do some
good.
work. You got to
Very
do
good.
some work. Yeah.
One of the things I want to point out to the audience, please pay close attention to this, and I'm going to highlight this like no tomorrow. Thank you, Denise Parker. Thank you so much for joining. I really do appreciate all
Yes.
of you coming. Thank you, Vanessa. Vanessa just turned on. Hi, Vanessa. Thank you for coming. Diem is here. I think that's Danielle. She said that's who that was. Angela's still sticking around. Sabrina's still here. Candy is still here. Loretta is still here. Everyone's still here. Paul is here. You got Willie here on YouTube. Oh, now I see some of my YouTube folks. Cheryl is here. Thank you for joining. Calvin, thank you for joining. I really do appreciate all of you. One of the things I want to highlight to the audience that stood out to me as my listening ears on Maria is that you talked about staying in this prayer, even in active addiction, even in jail, on the streets of New York, even when your disease took you to these different places. The one thing you mentioned was God.
Hmm. Always God.
You mentioned him even when you got to recovery, you said that prayer. Even when you were on the street, you said that prayer.
Oh,
So, is it true that you already had this God
oh,
inside of you, but
oh,
your
yes.
addiction ripped it away from time to time, and you had these clarity moments? You want to speak to the audience about that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've always had a God in my life. I just didn't utilize my God the way I should have. you know, like all them foxhole prayers. Like, but
Mhm.
it's amazing how he answered a lot of them because I'd be in jail saying, "Oh God, please don't let them find out my real name. Let me get a bond. Let me, help me get out this bank before they catch me." Those prayers. But when I talk, and then of course when I'm getting high and feeling like I'm about to have a heart attack. And I said,
Mhm.
God, please, okay, listen, you know what? Please don't let me have a heart attack, and then I won't do this no more. But God knows, your sincere prayer and your
Yeah.
beliefs, you know.
Yeah.
So I do know that He answers the sincere prayer because just like I told you,
Mhm.
I'm not just a one-time miracle. I'm a two-time miracle. God
Come
answered
on.
that prayer that I asked. This parole board should have knocked me down probably for a few years. I was all of what a career criminal was. I deserved probably by man's law their 25 to life, but not my God. My God said, He
Mm.
said, no, you don't. No, you don't. And listen, I didn't have no high price attorney. I didn't tell on nobody. And I didn't get that sentence. I got a sentence, but I didn't get that one.
You
You know,
got a sentence to life, life beyond your
how about
wildest
that?
dreams,
Yeah, how
which
about
takes
that?
us right into our next question. We are
Yeah.
now going to talk about what does it really mean beyond your dreams? Like, tell the audience, Maria, Miss Sorro, let them
Mhm.
know, how does it look to live
Mhm.
beyond your dreams? How does it feel to
Mhm.
live beyond your dreams? She talked about using drugs. She talked about alcohol. She talked about going to jail. She talked about being on the streets of New York. She talked about all of these things, y'all. And now she's going to take us to the living beyond her dreams. Look at the beauty in Miss Sorrow's face. Look at that skin color in her face. She's with us now from vacation in Florida. Come on, who does that? I'm keeping my commitment, Felicia. The flyers had been up. I've been advertising all week. She had no idea. She just living her best life. So can you please tell us, the audience, let's seal this thing up tonight because, baby, you gave
Yeah.
it up.
So living my best life is this, like, man,
Beyond your
my
dreams.
beyond my wildest dreams is this. My daughter, my daughter trusts me today. The daughter
Ooh,
that I kept disappearing and going to prison for the first 13 years of her
come
life.
on, y'all. Give
The
up them
daughter
hearts.
that
Y'all heard
caught
that.
me
Y'all
through
heard that.
high and said that she would not let me be around my grandchildren. Like, my daughter trusts me today. My daughter is like my best friend. I'm about to cry. My daughter,
Mm,
my grandchildren, like, I'm a present grandmother. You know,
yes. They
I'm a
never have to see you high. They'll never see you hiding
That's right. That's
grandbabies.
right. Well, my oldest grandson did,
Mm-hmm.
but he was able also to see me get better, and he's proud of me today. He was
That's
10 years old when this
beautiful.
happened. He's 20 years old. He's my biggest supporter. You
Okay.
know, absolutely. And life beyond my wildest dreams is not only what has happened for me, but what I've been able to do for others. Somebody
Mm,
asking me to sponsor them, to help
mm,
them through this thing called life, by
yes.
helping them with my strength, my hope, my experience, you know.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like, I've been able to become financially successful because I'm no longer giving my money to the dope man. I've been able to buy a couple
Ooh,
of pieces
come
of property.
on.
I've been able to help, listen, how about this? Whenever my daughter calls me and needs help, I don't have to lie and say, "Oh, I can't right now," or I might have to no, I'm able to be there for her. I'm very
Yes,
honest,
yes, yes,
and
yes.
I mean, and again, those things are nice, but the most important thing today is like, man, I am spiritually fit.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
like, when I tell you I live a serene life,
Oh wow.
drama free,
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, like, I my life today consists of trying to get closer to the God of my understanding. Today, those are the things there's so much more that I look at. Like, I wake up and am just amazed on how beautiful birds sing. You
Oh
know,
my God.
Right. When I used to try to shut that noise
They got to be quiet. They blowing my high right
all of
now.
all of that. Today, I go out onto my terrace.
And
I
just
have
sit.
a nice terrace with a nice little forest behind me, and that's all I hear is a bunch of birds.
Wow.
And it's a
That's
beautiful
beautiful.
thing.
That's
Like that's
beautiful.
life beyond my wildest dreams.
Well, there
Who
it is,
thought I
folks.
would enjoy that?
There it is. You heard it right here. Life beyond her dreams. She doing that traveling. She got those kids. She's got back with her grandkids. She is
Yeah.
living beyond her wildest dreams. She almost teared up on us tonight. Somebody in the audience said, when you stop using, you get an instant raise.
Oh
Somebody
yeah.
said,
Oh yeah.
freedom, peace, and joy. What a life to live today. Very good. Well, I'm getting ready to close it out, but before we close it out. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody said, that's Candy. She says, living a life I never even knew to wish for, never believed it was possible.
Yeah. Never.
Woo, wait, boy, this thing was hot tonight. Listen, I want to say thank you so much to you
Oh,
and your
thank you so much
supporters
for having
and
me.
all of the people that continue to come on, bring it to the table with your girl, your host, author Doc B, who is a recovering addict turned doctorate. Crackhead,
Congratulations to you.
yeah, crackhead turned doctorate. Yeah, author, talk show host, podcast host, all
Look at
those
that.
things.
That's the
Helping
hope.
people all around the world. That's
That's
what
right.
Maria and I are doing together. If you want to write a book, you please contact me, DM me. I have a 90-day coaching program. I will help you to write your book. If you want any of my books or my products, please, you can go to Amazon and you can get it, the 3 C's, or you can go to my personal website page, author, AUTHOR, doc, DOC, be like boy.com to get your journal, any of the books I wrote, or anything that you need, any of my services, coaching, therapy, educating, seminars, everything. August the 25th, your girl, your host, author Doc B, will be in Atlanta, Georgia, dropping it like it's hot at the Atlanta Metropolitan College. She is doing her first tour. Her books are now on tour, and she is going around the world. So please look out for more. Next week, what's her name we're having next week? Please tune in next week.
Adrian.
What's her name? Your girlfriend. She was with
Adrian.
you.
Adrian W.
Oh, Adrian coming next week. I seen
Yeah.
y'all together. She
Yes.
comes. She comes
Yes.
next
Now
week.
that's fire. That's gonna be a fire
Oh
show
no,
right
you was on fire today. Oh no, G Mom, they got you up in there. G Mom, you was
there.
on fire.
It's Jamma. That's my grandson's
Gemma,
name.
Gemma. I like G Mom, Gemma. I love it all. Spiritually refreshing, glad to be alive. The people are still in the chat. They're dropping like it's hot. These are the things that they are saying. What a wonderful God we serve. They're saying this to you. We
Yeah.
get relationships back with our families. They're talking about you,
Oh,
Maria. They're in there. I
yes.
can't keep up with them. I'm going to shut up because my voice, I've been lost my voice. But I want to say this to you. What a vision of hope you are to many.
Thank you.
Including myself. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your vacation. This is selfless service.
Mm-hmm.
You are thinking less of
Right.
yourself, even though you're in the sunny skies of Florida. I ain't
Oh,
there yet. I ain't gonna lie. I got 18 years clear. I would have been. Honey. I got to reschedule. I'm going to the beach.
well, girl, we're gonna have to do something about
I
that.
know. I know. I know. I don't know what I would have did, but I just want to say that was a adult spiritual decision that you made to come on here and bless everyone on this
Listen,
platform. I really
anything I can do to give back because listen, it didn't have to be this way for me. So
Mhm.
I'm always willing to serve. Always.
Okay. Well, any final remarks for the audience? If you had to tell those that are in active addiction or those that are new into recovery, what would you tell them?
Give
Final
yourself
word.
give yourself a break because you too can have this way of life. All you
Right.
got to do is just don't use no matter what, and the rest will fall in place.
There it is, folks. You heard it right there from Maria Sorro, right here on Bring It to the Table. We are going to say good night, peace, love, and happiness, and we will see you all next week. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Maria.
Thank you,
Appreciate
everybody
you
who came
so
out
much.
to support. I
Thank you,
love y'all.
Sabrina. Thank you, Loretta. Oh my God, I'm not going to do that. They say you can say our names. I ain't doing it. Good night. Bye, y'all. Bye. Keep the chat
God
going. They
bless.
chat going. They usually keep chat going.
Okay.
Oh, that